It's 8:37, and it's Pete. I've got the beat. I'm being joined by Ben Brown, the Executive Vice President from Community Bank. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Pete. Doing well as always.
It is nice to see you. You always bring a lot of energy with you, and you have reason to have a lot of energy and happiness with what I've been reading here.
We sure do, and I tell you what, it's an exciting time at Community Bank. You know, over the last year and a half, we've been talking about the upgrades, the updates, what we're doing, how we're improving our client experience. And today we've got some news to announce. So Newsweek, the magazine that we're all familiar with, came out with their list, 2024 best regional banks in America. So there's 250 banks that were selected out of almost 10,000 institutions. And here today live, Community Bank is one of the best 250 banks in America.
That is absolutely awesome.
So it's
you know what that means? A lot of people doing a lot of hard work.
That's exactly right, and that's why, you know, we were pretty elated to get this. This was unsolicited. You know, they do an independent review. They have a methodology they go through. They, like I said, they looked at about 10,000 banks, over 35,000 customer interviews. They looked online. They looked at reviews. But they review our credit quality. So that's the quality of our loan portfolio. How stable are we as a bank? They look at our performance. You know, are we performing well? They look at our customer recommendations. And then they also look at the products and services. They say, what type of checking accounts do you have? Savings accounts, money markets, loans? You know, are you meeting the needs of your community? So they put all that together and they came up and one of the top 250. So I tell you, it's really, really neat for us to see a lot of the hard work that we've been doing. And we talked about here, over the last 2 years or so, 3 years, starting to get some, accolades for that. And people are recognizing it. And we're saying, great, this is, and I tell you, it's really a community award is the way we're looking at it because, hey, America's big, right? And we're a small little slice here in southwestern PA and the Ohio Valley and Greene County, et cetera. And to have one of the best banks in America here in our backyard that we can do our business with is pretty awesome. So,
that is awesome.
So, we're excited.
You also said something that you hit on, and I always wondered about that. Like when surveys go out to customers, it's important.
Yes.
To fill those because you get them and you go, I'm not gonna, But if you fill them out and you really you don't think you're letting someone know that you're a great bank, And,
Well, and we do, so every year we do an annual client survey on our business clients and also our consumer clients. And so we send that out every year, usually around May or so. We have a firm in Pittsburgh that does it for us. It's anonymous. And we read every single result that comes in. We pour over them. We analyze them because at the end of the day, our job is to serve, right? We're not here unless we're serving our clients and giving our clients what they want. So we take it all very, very seriously with client feedback. And we've even got a section on the new website, cb.bank, to contact us. Folks can go there and put any kind of feedback they want, any kind of information, and that comes straight to us on the marketing team. It goes to our call center as well if there's a client issue, and then we review those every week. We look at those.
Well, I can speak just for the bank here in town. When I go in, I can tell you without a doubt the wait times are way down from when you would think back a few years ago when you'd go into a bank. Yeah. Wait time, and as soon as you walk in, hey, we'll be right with you, or good morning, come on over.
Excellent.
So you've got it's a wonderful staff.
Well, and staffing is number one. Absolutely, it's the people, right? People serving people, people you like, you trust, that know you and handle your needs. But it's also the efficiencies we put in with a lot of the technology to allow them to do the transaction faster. So that way they're not spending time trying to do the transaction. They're talking to you. They're engaging with you. They're finding out what you might need and how we might be able to serve you better.
Including the drive-through.
Absolutely.
I watched that. I'm not one of those guys yet that have got there yet, but I watch these other people as I'm walking in. I could see it just keeps it moving.
Yeah.
So it's great stuff.
Right.
Now you also hit on something that they kind of look at, your interest rates.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of talk lately, obviously, for the last couple of months. Interest rates went up and then they kind of stopped and stayed there, and everybody keeps saying, what's going to happen next? Are they coming down? Are they staying? What's happening? So, and one of the things that the Newsweek looked at was our products and services. So in that, we've got some kind of current specials out there on CDs. I know a lot of folks are looking for a place to park some extra cash now that you've got a chance to get some decent interest on it. So we've kind of done some laddering, we call it, some different time periods. And the whole idea is your money when you need it. You need it spring, summer, winter, fall. What's your time frame? So we've got a couple right now. We've got a 6-month that's at a 5.25% annual percentage yield. It's a $2,500 minimum. Our 9-month is 5.15 annual percentage yield. That's a $10,000 minimum. And then our 12-month is a 4.55 annual percentage yield, and that's a $500 minimum. So we've tried to ladder them a little bit, give people some options there.
Those are good rates.
Yeah, very, very attractive rates.
Really are.
You can finally make money on your money, right? But then the neat thing is, we sat down, about 2 or 3 months ago, and we said, okay, for folks that need access to their cash, because CDs, for folks who've never had a CD, you take your money to the bank for a set period of time. They pay you a set interest rate, and then you get the money back at that period of time, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months with the interest. Now, if you need the money before that, there's penalties involved, which is why you get the higher rate on a CD, because you're kind of locking in that money. So what we did is we sat down and said, hey, how do we give a decently higher interest rate, but still allow people access to their money? And that's called a money market.
Okay.
So we've set up a new tiered money market account. Now this one's for a little bit higher balances. It's $25,000 of new money to the bank with a minimum of a $10,000 balance, but we've got a 4.65% annual percentage yield for the first 12 months. And that's up to $1 million. Over $1 million, it actually goes down a little bit. If you got more than $1 million in cash, give us a call. Yeah. We'll have a separate conversation.
We'll gladly take care of you.
We'll figure that one out. But then it's tiered after that. So what that means is, if the Fed continues to increase interest rates, the interest rate actually goes up. And if the Fed decreases rates, it goes down. But it's you as the client know that when you're in that tiered product, you know what the rate's going to be. It's not just the bank saying, here's what we think we're going to pay you. So it's kind of a fair deal is the whole idea around that tiered money market. And so you set it up, you forget about it, you don't have to mess with it, and you're going to be taken care of, in the rate world.
The amazing part to this, Ben, is that, that when you think about your money and the things that you do with the CDs and or money market accounts, this really is a new way of looking at it. From a bank's perspective to the client. Absolutely. And again, talk about great, these percentages, the interest rates, are fantastic.
Yeah. And it really comes down to our number one goal, our cornerstone, we call it, is client experience first. So we know we're here, and we've been here for 123, 124 years because of clients, right? Because folks allow us to serve them, and we take that seriously. We call it the communities we serve, not the communities we operate in, because it's really our, how do we serve our communities, our clients? How do we ensure their financial future and allow them to do what they want to do in their lives through their access to a bank. So,
well, I'm telling you, I can only again say, because of my experience, it's always been great. And so I just, when I look at it like that, then I automatically think of you, because you're here and you're telling me this stuff. And when I go in, I said, well, Ben's right. This stuff is great. Again, we've been talking with Ben Brown. He's the Executive Vice President, Community Bank. And I think it bears repeating again, one of the top 250 banks in America.
Absolutely. Yes, right here in your backyard. So give us a try. Call us. Come on in. Go to cb.bank. Check it out. See what a best bank in America can do for you.
That is awesome. Ben, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
My
Really
pleasure.
do. It is 8:45, and we have America for you, 95.3 WJPA.